Next weekend promises to be eventful here in Lagos when eligible voters get a chance to go to the polls to either elect a new governor or renew the mandate of the incumbent, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The build-up, as expected, has been characterized by high-wire politicking, a lot of bluster and ballast from the proverbial gladiators, and an electorate who, by the look of things, are desperate to make a big statement again in the wake of last week's seismic shift in the political configuration of Lagos. Well, we're now being joined by Rotimi, a member of the ruling party of the All Progressives Congress, representing Sanwo-Olu Constituency 1 and the Lagos State House of Assembly. Good to have you with us.
It's
all right, very good. Now, I'll go straight to it. Do you see the Labour movement as a serious challenge to Governor Sanwo-Olu's second-term ambition at this rate? Coming back from the elections previously.
You need to look at the structure of the election and look at the importance of each government. Presidential election obviously supposed to be different from state government election because I look at the scorecard, look at what happened to Lagos State in the past 20-25 years, and look at the development, look at the focus today, look at the programs of events, look at the population and the challenges we are facing as a state. Today, Lagos State is contributing 15% to the GDP of Nigeria, and Lagos is the second economy after Nigeria. Is the 8th largest economy in Africa. And when you look at how sophisticated, how cosmopolitan Lagos is and the challenges we are facing, and look at what Governor Sanwo-Olu has done in the past 4 years, based on what his predecessors did, and obviously they're all keen to the same vision of 2012 to 2025. And as if that is not exhausted, we are going to be another Lagos State development program that will start from 2025 to 2052. And these will only add flavor to what the state has done in terms of our economic development, in terms of social development. You all appreciate that the most secure, safe state in Nigeria today is Lagos State. And that's investment in people, investment in security. And when you look at human-centric policies of Lagos State and what they've done, you appreciate the fact that an average Lagosian believes in Sanwo-Olu that will still deliver because his scorecard will say a lot of things. He has done it before and is still going to do it. And Lagos is too sophisticated for it to be experimented in the first place, for all you know. And it's not about people alone. It's about the team. Is it about Sanwo-Olu alone? No, the team he has in his fold. You look at the Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, incidentally, is from Delta State. But I will tell him that one of the best commissioners we have in Lagos State. You look at Joe Igbokwe. You look at the man who is in charge of waterfront infrastructure. Obviously, he's from Katsina State. And when you look at the robust cabinet and what they have done, you cannot get it derailed. And average Lagosians know, if Lagos is not thriving, if Lagos is not prosperous, an average Nigerian, Lagos State is the home for all nationals. And if Lagos is not productive, nobody will be here. Be an Igbo man. When you come to Lagos for an opportunity, you announce it and you will be there. Be a Hausa man, and you know that Lagos is more than just what anybody can come over there and say you want to toy with. You look at what the next program is predicated on. Number one, we need to do assessment of our current positions. Then secondly, we need to prioritize critical sector that make it to happen. Number three, we need to talk about putting in place enablers. What are the enablers that make all those programs to take place? So somebody cannot just come overnight and say, based on what I have in my private sector, I can come in and make it different. It can be. It's a thing that is a conscious movement and it's an evolution of progress over the time. So I'm seeing Sanwo-Olu winning next week because his scorecard will speak for volume for him.
You mentioned the scorecard, and let me put it this way. For Lagosians, I was born in Lagos. I've lived almost all my life in Lagos, although I'm not from Lagos. But I will tell you that when you listen to people, word on the streets, the way the government perceives Lagos is different from the way the residents, those domiciled in Lagos, perceive Lagos. It's completely different. Now, let me put it this way. Let me explain it to you now. A lot of people who are not Lagosians feel stifled, especially those who do business in Lagos State, who earn their bread and butter in Lagos State, feel stifled time and time again because of double taxation, because of the way thugs, or agberos as they are popularly called, are being unleashed on them time and time again. And people look at this, and maybe that was the reason why it was reflected, because President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu campaigned with the anchor on Lagos State and what he had done on Lagos State. And people went out there and voted more for the Labour Party than the APC did for, more for the Labour Party than the APC. And is that not a referendum? Because you look at that, things like transportation, let's just hinge it on that, first of all. As we still speak right now, since 1999 till now, transportation is still a headache in Lagos State. There are flashy projects in Lagos State, but the basics,
Let me quickly come in and cut you in. You see, personal experience is personal. But when you juxtapose the achievement Lagos has recorded over time with even the neighboring states, you appreciate the fact that Lagos is still the best state in Nigeria today. Okay, you talk
we're talking about for those that live in Lagos.
Yes, no, I live in Lagos as well. I was born and bred in Lagos.
Okay.
My parents are not from Lagos, but I was born and bred in Lagos. We have the same background. And what I'm trying to say is that what happens to you happen to everybody, whether you're a Lagosian, whether you were born in Lagos, whether your dad is from Lagos or not. You have miscreants, and it's part of development, and that is being settled. Okay, I am telling you that whether an Igbo man, a Delta man, where in Nigeria is more accommodating, where in Nigeria will you realize opportunities and nest the opportunities and move on. Everybody have story to tell. It's not that everything is, nobody is infallible. Some of government agencies, yes, they are notorious. This is being handled. It's not our personal experience.
It's getting worse.
No, it's not getting worse. You talk about transportation. You appreciate the fact that today Lagos is inhabited by over 25 million people. And the land mass is just 3,571 square kilometers. 1/3 of that is water. And you are making linear movement every day. We are having solution to that. And that's why I talked about critical sector. There's going to be reurbanization of Lagos. You appreciate that Ebute Meta now, you're supposed to have something akin to Venice there. But because our waterfront is more of an eyesore, they've taken it to Ekpe. And a lot of housing units is coming in. Then you talk about Lagos as 5 administrative district, which we call Ibile. Badagry today, a lot of housing units is coming up. We are talking urbanization of Lagos State and not Lagos.
Wait, now, please, sorry, let me just, because the reason why I say this is, you look at Lagos, for example, now they've done the Blue Line now. Flashy project.
Yeah.
It is taking forever for the Blue Line to be done. Because they know that if the Blue Line is done, the downside for some other people, the people that collect taxes from bus drivers every single day, will almost dry up. And in the bid to ensure that that taxation continues to happen, projects like the Blue Line is frustrated. The BRT, there was a certain time that Ambode...
What's the name?
Aaron is there.
Aaron,
yes.
You see, your opinion is jaundiced. Because when you look at it critically, who initiated Blue Line? And there are issues that borders on the Blue Line. We need to buy into Nigerian Railway Corporation. We need their concurrence. That is need for us to use their line as well, so that we build some stations, so that when they are coming in, they use the same rail line. We use the same line. Those are the bottlenecks we are facing. We just
2 decades.
We just resolved that. When did we start with the Blue Line? You people should have figures. It's less than 2 years now. It's being handled by Lamata. We have collaboration. Our rolling stock has arrived. In the next couple of weeks, it is commissioned already. The only thing is for us to start, and it's going to generate not less than 5,000 people. So you people are not just looking to, because you don't have the power of insight. You are not part of government. I'm part of government. We know what we went through. There was a legislation for it. For us to get the buy-in of federal government, it took a while. And these are some of the teething problems we have that is not known to all of you. If we will not conceive it, if we will not allow it to work, how do we conceive? Was it federal government that conceived it, or was it Lagos that conceived it? In the first place, it was the Lagos state government that conceived it. It was Lagos government that bankrolled it. And we know the implications that is a value chain business, that's mass transit. We are going to have what we call seamless travel experience. We are going to harness water transportation. We are going to harness mass transportation. We are going to annex road transportation. At the end of the day, we are going to have a hub at Marina, and it's going to be very, very cheap. We are doing it to make our travel time real, and so people are not held back in traffic.
Just to fact check that. Just to fact check it. No, let me just state.
Okay.
Just to fact check it. The Blue Line actually was proposed in 2008. Construction commenced in 2009. And if my memory serves me right, that was the Fashola era.
Fashola, yes.
Yes, 2009. And this is 2023. The Blue Line is yet to be yet to function.
Coincidentally, I was the chairman of the Committee on Works. Then I knew more about it. You know that Blue Line, we have issues with federal government. After Frestac, we could not go further because we are talking about right of ways. We need to move what we call all these utilities. We have to move, even we have pipelines there. And federal government took a while for them to give us approval to make use of those, because you know it's a federal road from Frestac to what do we call it? Lasso and the likes. It's not our road. It's federal government road. We need their concurrence. Pipelines are there.
Mr.
Olowo,
Mr. Olowo, I
know,
understand.
government came in that for that four years.
Mr. Olowo, I understand that when it comes to territorial issues, the federal government and the state governments is not only peculiar to Lagos State alone. But let me just come here. You're a member of the APC. Yeah. Maybe in hindsight, you could give us a clarity on that. Why didn't Governor Sanwo-Olu's predecessor, Mr. Ambode, why didn't he get a second term in this regard? When all these projects were coming on board, and every now and then he also inherited some from Fashola, and we're seeing that continuity up to this moment. One would have thought it was an APC issue, or probably even the president-elect had something to do with it. Maybe you could give us clarity on that. And why is that always a form of anxiety when it comes to second terms with Lagos State governors? Even Mr. Fashola also almost went through the same scenario.
Thank you very much. The party structure is not in my hand. And we have our leaders who have all it takes in terms of their experience, in terms of their tenacity, in terms of appreciating the structure and guiding the structure generally. So for you, whether you're a first-timer or a second-timer, the fact about second-time of every governor in Nigeria is that they have that tendency of become dictatorial. And if they are not clipped, there's every tendency that they want the game of succession, as if I am the governor, the incoming governor, I have to impose him on the party's will. That is not how the internal workings of the party runs. Whether you're a governor, you still need to subject yourself to the whims and caprices of the party. We have the party constitution, we have the leadership of the party who steer the structure of the party. If you don't listen to them and you want to become a bit bigger than the party is above everybody, and everybody must keep to the tenets of the party. So you as an individual, whether you're a governor, House of Assembly member, House of Rep, or a senator, there is a structure, there is a disciplinary.
But do we have internal democracy working within APC itself when concerning Lagos? Because it seems some people will just, the impression I have in here, will take decisions regarding who the next governor will be, whether they retain that, despite the fact that you mentioned the dictatorial tendencies.
There's no party in Nigeria that will say you have total internal democracy, unless we are deceiving ourselves. Obviously, at a point in time, the party leadership will determine what happens, and at times they will allow internal democracy to work. It's based on, that's a fact. No party in Nigeria, whether PDP, APC, NNPC, NNPP, no party that is fully and totally have internal democracy, unless we're deceiving ourselves.
I want to say thank you very much for your time
my pleasure.
today, and thank you for showing up on Newsday.
It's my pleasure.
All right.
Thank you very much.